Good morning, everybody. I'm out this morning headed to an appointment, but I just wanted to take a moment and encourage someone's heart. Um, I went to a women's conference on this weekend, and the slogan for the women's conference was bitter to better. And with that being said, sometimes we don't realize the bitterness that life has put in our hearts. We've been through some things. Things has happened while we were children. Life has basically just been lifing. Um, and that's not to point out, any flaws from you. But sometimes life does happen, and in the process of life happening, you form bitterness in your heart for whatever reason. I mean, it could be anything. Anything could have happened to make you the person that you are on today. But I wanted to come today and just encourage your heart and, just in case you do have bitterness and just in case something happened in your past that caused you to be bitter, today you can release that to God. And I am a very transparent person. And I understand that sometimes things happen in our lives that's traumatic. And it's not easy to get over. And it's not easy to just give it to God because some things are just overwhelming. And as kids, when traumatic stuff like that happens to us, we don't know how to process it. We don't understand how to process it. And we definitely don't understand taking it to God to get relief and to get forgiveness, and how sometimes forgiveness have to come even without an apology. And to some people that may sound crazy, but forgiveness is not only for the other person, but forgiveness is for you. And that bitter place in your heart that you've been carrying around for so long against that person, you have to forgive that person in order for you to grow, in order for you to move on. And so, therefore, you can go from bitter to better. And it's not always an easy process. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying, hey, you got to just let everything that you've been through in your life, you just got to let it go. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying in order for you to heal, in order for you to become better, you are going to have to let go of bitterness. And sometimes that comes in a form of forgiving that person or forgiving the situation that you were put in. And sometimes it comes in just forgiving yourself, because I know for me, it is so many situations that happen through life, and I know for a fact it had nothing really to do with someone else. It had to do with me, and where I failed myself and where I just had to regroup. And sometimes you have to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made in the past. And you have to realize that, hey, I haven't always been in the place that I am right now. And when I say that, I mean like as far as maturity and being able to reason on what's a good decision. Sometimes we make decisions off impulse. We make crazy decisions just because we don't know the process that needs to be taking place to make a good decision. Sometimes we're just too young, and sometimes we're disobedient, and sometimes we just don't want to hear what our parents have to say, and we just want to do things our own way. So life decisions and mistakes have happened, and we're bitter. just for instance, we could say, like, I could have been so far in life right now, but we chose not to do the work. So if you don't do the work, of course you don't get the reward. So I just come this morning to say, hey, just in case you made some mistakes along the way, just in case some things happened, whether it was as a child or an adult, but it still affected your life and it made you bitter. So with that being said, I just want to say, let's go together from bitter to better. And you guys have a great, happy Wednesday.